Yo, yes, your boy Central Store 1000. Yeah, you rock with Stores 1000 ENT. New day, new opportunity. We hope all is well with everybody. Yeah, we finna chime in for a second, man, on video I was sent, man. A guy by the name of Wack100. Everybody pretty much should be familiar with Wack, man. He be all up and down the timelines, you know what I mean? West Coast Pyru, you know what I mean? The rapper of the game, his manager, you know what I mean? The list goes on. Wack, he a businessman. He down in cahoots with Birdman. He do what he do. But what he really been known for lately is going viral on the internet. It is exposing paperwork and who told and who snitching. You know what I'm saying? You know, our community, we the main ones who worry about who telling and who snitching. Like I say, though, all miss over here to the youth are misguided. First off, stay out the streets, don't do crime, and stay away from individuals like these. You ain't got to worry about who's snitching and telling. And don't do illegal business with individuals that snitching and so-called telling. You ain't got to worry about that, youngest. But that's what Wack do, you know what I'm saying? And those who familiar with Freeway Rick Ross, man, not the rapper. The rapper kind of took his name. This is one of the biggest drug kingpins in the U.S. from back like late 80s, early 90s, you know what I mean? Did 20-something years in the federal pen. But he said he only gave up police officers, which, like I say, we can care less about who telling who snitching. But what really caught my eye on this video is how Wack was kind of going in on this man about his past. Not just the snitching allegations, but by him being a drug dealer. And don't get it twisted. I ain't justifying what Freeway Rick Ross and thousands other individuals did over the U.S. and not just L.A., all over, you know what I mean? All cities. But Wack kind of contradicted himself a lot, you know what I'm saying? Which he was kind of right. But he was kind of bashing Freeway, like how he broke down the community, you know what I mean? Got a lot of kids hooked on crack and all this and that, you know what I mean? Which, Wack, you in your 50s and you still be hollering on Pyru. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, the crack era did affect the black community. You know, it did. It affected a lot of single parent homes, and you know, it did a number on the people. But gang banging Wack, in my opinion, bro, what you glorify, what you claim, is way worse than crack, man. I mean, look at all the babies and innocent lives that was taken during that gang era, especially out there in L.A. And now everywhere else, that's what they doing. They spinning, shooting these guns with these switches on them. They can't shoot them. And every time, the innocent, the ones getting hit. Makes that make sense.
The government itself may have actually helped bring drugs into this country.
And in Los Angeles, a drug dealer known as Freeway Ricky Ross was in the middle of it.
As an individual, is primarily noted for being responsible for ushering in crack cocaine to the city. I'm torn in the sense of I understand that there was limited opportunities, but I was also a kid in the 80s who grew up, who watched what those crack houses did to his own city, to people that I know.
Help fuel this crack plague, and I do take some responsibility for that. While I was in prison, I sit back and I analyze my life. Because one day I was just a young kid with dreams of becoming
the next. It makes sense, man. And with Freeway Rick Ross, kind of like when you said that crack baby thing, he don't agree with that word crack baby. You know what I mean? He was like, he got some information. So he did his research. Like, you know what I mean? Crack really can't affect, you know what I mean, the unborn child. But Freeway, we know in some cases it can, bro. But at the same time, man, it's a lot of people who were smoking crack since the 80s and 90s and still walking around living, you know what I mean? But that gang era, all them innocent people they took, like I say, man, with these drive-bys and black on black crime, man, I believe that got the crack era beat Wack. So you need to check your past, homie, and you still hollering on Pyru. Freeway Rick Ross kind of a product of his environment, homie. You know what I mean? You know, coming up in a poor environment, that opportunity came to him. Like he say, some of his older guys came to him like, you know, it was new to him at that time. Like, get your hustle on. You should, you know what I mean? But he did state he didn't get involved with gang banging. There was other things he could have done, like putting a gun to somebody's face and robbing. But he didn't want to go that route either, Wack. So he chose to sell crack. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I ain't justifying it, but I ain't gonna say it's worse than gang banging, bro. Because I still think that, like I say, the gang banging done took more, man, than our people, man. Innocent for sure. Because the crack buyers, they doing that willingly. You know what I mean? Yeah, a lot of them need help, but they doing it willingly to go buy some crack to smoke. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, innocent people was dying from the gang violence, man. So come on, Wack. You bashing this man about, you know what I mean, what he was doing. Hey, it is what it is, man. People trying to find a way out, man. You know, which it cost him. Like, 20-something years of his freedom. He come home, staying with his mama, lost everything. That's what that gang do, is it'll strip you. Take everything from you. You know what I'm saying? But, Wack, Wack go hard on a lot of people, man. But like I say, Wack, I kind of see what you were saying. Yeah, a lot of drug dealers, man. You know what I mean? But I still think that gang banging era was a whole lot worse, Wack. You know what I'm saying? And it still is. Now look what's going on out here. They in cliques. It ain't just the Crips and Bloods or Vice Lords or GDs. Now they like little cliques and they spinning and hitting innocent people with these switches. And that's a trend that y'all started, Wack. So won't you take accountability for that? Because you still hollering on Pyru damn near every sentence. Freeway Rick Ross, he done live that, done pay the dues to the side, you know what I mean? And he ain't living like that no more. The man done wrote a book, and he doing positive things now, you know what I'm saying? So come on, man. Well, we always try to point the finger. Ain't nobody perfect, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, we tell the truth while we ain't lying to you, man. That's a big old fact. Spoke on this for a second, man. Like I say, Wack, he get a lot of people a hard time, but he was going in on Freeway Rick Ross, you know what I mean? He was going in on homie. But like I say, Wack, I don't know, man. That gang banging era, man, done tore our community up, I believe, a whole lot worse than crack. You know what I mean? People had to, that was their choice. You know what I mean? A lot of people died not by choice from that gang banging era. And you started hollering on Pyru. Make it make sense, homie. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I just spoke on this for a second, man. Y'all thoughts? What y'all think? The crack era or the gang banging era affected our communities the worst? They both did a number on us. But you gotta stay strong, focused, and prayed up, man. Watch your circle before they hurt you, man. And to the youngest, man, stay out the streets. Don't do crime, man. And stay away from these type of negative individuals, man. Stay focused. Oh, yeah, man. Y'all like, share, and subscribe, man. I'm gonna hit y'all with a nut in a minute. Oh, yeah. And we salute.
Think the glory and fame, and you one of them, each one of them, your name came from what it came from. Y'all act like that shit is something to be proud about, bro.
I'm proud about everything. I'm proud about everything I've been through. Hey, I love myself.
All you dope dealer niggas, like, all famous for selling dope, y'all really shouldn't be famous because y'all fucked up the community. Let's be real. You got your money. You made some niggas money. But if we talking about it at the age we are now, looking back, I'm not, bro. The name I had from gang banging and doing something to a nigga behind the color, I don't want, huh?
Ain't no such thing as no crack baby.
It definitely is.
No, it ain't. That's you putting that shit out there. That's a form of snitching right there.
So you saying a mother that's pregnant, buying crack and smoking?
See, you don't do no research. You gotta go do some research, Wack. You just be out here, Wack, you just be out here talking. There's no such thing as a crack baby. The babies they had on TV, on the news, that they say was crack babies was alcoholic babies.
Come on, bro. Get the fuck out of here. We didn't whoop niggas' ass